Anyway,
Yeah, I agree.
welcome back to another podcast. This isn't quite a Sunday roast this week. I decided I would just kind of interview the coaches, which might be a little bit strange because I know them all pretty well. But you guys don't, so I'm going to ask them some things about their life, some things about their upbringing, dig deep into the trauma that they've had.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
but yeah, today we're joined with Heather, who is currently our only female coach. That
Hi,
is
guys.
soon to change.
Yes.
Heather, who are you?
Oh.
Who is Heather? Give us a bit of an insight.
Who am I? So, what do you want me to like start from the beginning?
Dig deep into you.
Dig
Who are
deep.
You, age. Where
Oh,
you come
right,
from,
okay.
all that.
So, I'm 24. I feel like I've been stuck at 21 since I turned 21.
Yeah, you act it.
I'm from a wee town called Airdrie.
That's where that accent comes from.
I would say that people describe me as being quite goofy
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and friendly.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I like to make people feel comfortable. I'm a personal trainer and an online coach. I've been a personal trainer for 4 years now. And an online coach like officially since last August.
Yeah.
Saying officially, I done a wee bit like during lockdown, but who didn't? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think joining MTN like solidified that and made that part of my, what's that called?
Bio.
No, not my
I don't know what you're
bio.
talking about.
Like your
Personality.
no. My like when a teacher's a teacher, they've got like that's their
A persona.
no.
Okay, I don't know.
I can't
We're not gonna
remember.
get there.
I can't remember. Yeah, I'm still figuring out who I am.
Great. We all are. We all
Yeah.
are. What were you like as a child, actually? What was your upbringing like?
It's so weird. And me and my mum were actually talking about how when I was a child, we were talking about ugly babies. And
Why were you one of them?
no, I wasn't at all. Because my mum was saying like sometimes really good looking people can make like an ugly baby.
Your mum a baby care nurse? No.
No, she wasn't. And sometimes that happens. It's quite unfortunate. But she said that me and my brothers weren't like that. But she said that when I was younger, I wasn't very bonny. And I was like, hold on a minute. When I look at baby photos of me,
Quite cute.
I was cute, but obviously not to my mum.
Nah.
But as a child, I was brought up around boys. I had 2 big brothers, but also all my cousins were boys.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why.
You're quite boisterous.
Yeah.
you play fight with Heather, man. You got a black eye. So what were you into growing up? What kind of stuff did you?
So I was
more
all
like masculine.
No, it
activities or
wasn't. No, it wasn't. I was like, when you look at old photos of me, like I was in like, had like bunchies and girly clothes. Like I played with Barbie dolls, and like I think I became a little bit more tomboyish when I was in like primary 7.
Right.
And then I played like football. Me and my friends, my childhood friend Emma, like kicked about with the boys, and we always like we joined in the football, and that's when I kind of started to get into more sports and done netball and. I fitted in with that a little bit more than being girly.
Is that what led to you wanting to have a career in fitness, or was it something else?
No, I think realizing that I was good at working with people or children. I was good at coaching children, and
You done that before?
Yeah, I'd done that before PT, and I never thought like becoming a PT was never like in the line, like in my hindsight.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
No.
No, in hindsight. No,
That's looking back.
I was looking forward.
I don't know.
Don't know either. Like I never thought that would be in my future.
Yeah.
Like I used to want in 6th year I thought I was going to go into social work.
Right, okay.
I think it's because the job that I'd done working with kids and you were doing like youth clubs and stuff. I really liked it, so that's what I thought I was going to do, and then I never.
So when did you discover like the kind of typical fitness scene? When did you get into the gym?
Oh, when I was like 14, 15, I started
As
going
young
to
as that,
I started going to NL Leisure after school.
And what was your training like then? What did you do?
To take up some time. Terrible.
Was it?
No. It actually wasn't that bad. Every Monday and Wednesday, 5:15, I would go to the MetaFit class.
In the morning?
No, after school.
Alright.
Religiously, but I would wait about. So I would like, school would finish at like 3:30.
Yeah.
I'd walk to the gym. I'd have like an hour to kill. So I would like run on the treadmill. I would never go on the cross trainer, but I would run on the treadmill. I'd go on the leg extensions for like 10 minutes. Constantly kicking my legs up. And then I would do the MetaFit class.
Nice.
That's how I could, and then I started doing body attack and doing all the other
So
classes.
you've been training, what, 10 years?
I mean, yeah, I've been jumping about doing things for 10 years.
I know everyone's training's like different when they actually properly start. When would you say you actually learned how to train like properly?
Properly.
19, 20, younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
19,
5
20.
years of just fucking about. So is that.
But then that's what
Yeah.
most people
I
do.
think that's also how you initially learn stuff. Like
This
you
is
do
what I
stuff really
say.
badly for a while.
So, like, my client Kate, I was speaking to her and I was like, if I had me when I was you,
Yeah.
I would have been, I would
And
have got
that's the
so
benefit without being like a sales pitch like that is the benefit of having a coach. You just learn from all the shit that they used to do. 'Cause
Exactly.
most of us done stuff.
Because I said to her,
terribly.
I was like, I can't, like, when I look back at my old squats, I'd done that for like 2-3 years and no one said, because I didn't have a coach to say,
Yeah.
by the way, that's not that great, but you've learned from the get-go, like, that's what you wanted to be doing.
Yeah.
And you've fast forwarded it.
What would you say is your kind of biggest strengths as a coach? Actually, let's go with that.
As in like coaching someone, how
Yeah.
probably my ability to like break things down really into small little digestible pieces
For like any level.
for any level.
Yeah.
And I can always, when I'm looking at someone, I'm like, they don't understand that.
Yeah.
But they don't need to say, oh, I don't get that. Like I can,
you can tell by
I can clock
pick up
on and be
people.
like, would probably say that.
And what is there any like aspect of the job you would say is a weakness for you or something that you're consistently working on?
Being hard on clients when
Okay.
you need to be.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm very, if some people have got stuff going on and all that sort of thing, I can be very, very understanding, but also reminding myself and them and going, well, you want to achieve this goal. So I know you've got being able to know when to push
Yeah, I think
and
that's a
kind of
hard
press
thing
their
to be able to-
button. Yeah,
I think that's something that comes with age, and like you're not crazy young, but like you're younger compared to some coaches, like myself and Ryan, even just for example, have more general life experience, which I think leads to picking up and stuff like that is easier. You just learn that as you coach more. Like I've coached way more people than you.
Yeah, I definitely think it's
Way
getting better.
Yeah, definitely.
And
it just continually gets better. I think.
Yeah.
Class. What motivates you, like as a maybe not even as a coach? What motivates you in general?
Oh, becoming better. The idea of being better than what I once was, and I've never ever been that driven by money and like been that ambitious about it. And I think that's because I've grown up in a household where we didn't really have money. So I've never been exposed to a lifestyle where you have it.
Yeah.
I don't really, I'm like, oh, what do I want that? Do you know?
What motivates you to work then? What drives you? Is it for reputation?
Oh,
is it for
like
freedom?
I think the work that we do is very, what's that word I'm looking for that I always have in my brain? Rewarding, no, but it's like a...
You can't even get any of these words.
No. Like, yeah, it's rewarding. Oh, there's another word I'm looking for, but never mind. But yeah, the work that we do, like, you're changing people's lives. And that, I mean, I would essentially coach people. If I could, you do it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I think me more recently, like there's been a to become bigger and better. There's like finances have never been something in the back of my mind, but it is now, because I know that for me to be better and to have more free time to be a better coach, then there needs to be a backbone for that.
Yeah.
And that never kind of came across to me before.
And have you got a particular client that sticks out in your mind, somebody that you've really helped the most, somebody that you can say like their life's, completely changed since we worked together? You've probably got a few, but
yeah, I've definitely got a
standout?
few. So I would say, well, more recently, like Laura McCracken.
Yeah.
She's like, when we done the photo shoot and she done like her client testimonial and asked her a few questions, like she just rambled on and and we started speaking, and she was talking about what her life was like before. And then I was like, oh my God, like everything's pure change. Like she was talking about how like she couldn't be bothered like going to work and she didn't feel confident, and all these things have changed for her. And she's like got more level-headed, and she's just more confident, and she's going out, and like when she uploads photos on Instagram, you just like you see her like gleaming.
Yeah, it's such a good feeling.
And yeah, it's such a nice feeling. Wow. And just like I seen her training, which in fact she met you for the first time, because she was pure like, she came up to me and she was like, I've never met David Hatt before.
When did I meet her?
I think you said hello to her, but you probably wouldn't. Yeah. But she was like, so she was like, I've never actually seen him in person. Yeah. Anyway, and that
she asked me to sign
she was training that night, and when she was training, she took her jumper off, and I think it was the first time. Yeah, she had like one of the sports bras on that she had on at the photo shoot, and I was looking at her and I was like, she looks fucking class.
It's such a good feeling as a coach, isn't it? Like seeing one of your clients just rock up and like something they would never have worn.
And you're just like, and you're surprised. You're like, right, look at you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's been really nice. That's been more recently, and that's been really cool. And then obviously, definitely a few others, like my client Kelly. Every time that she has like a difficulty in her life, she'll talk about things and like her check-in and stuff, but she handles things so much.
Yeah.
And like she doesn't go off the rails or anything. She's like, she'll go out a walk rather than like finding comfort in food. And she always talks about like maybe the past few weeks haven't went to plan, but she's like, I'm not letting it be detrimental to my mental health and totally derail her. And I think that's cool, because you're just kind of teaching people and giving them the tools that they need to kind of.
What would you say is a few kind of habits that you have that allow you to kind of maintain a healthy body, healthy mind, that some people that you maybe take for granted? For example, things that you do that most people don't, but you just see them as being normal. A few things.
So like simple things like being active. Yeah. So like it's so easy for me to get like 15 plus steps, and I'd probably 15? Take that. Yeah, well, sometimes I'll go a wee walk to get that to get it in, but I definitely take that for granted, because obviously we sit down on our laptops, but we've got a very active job, and we're in commando all the time, and we're close to here for training. And like if one of my clients have got a desk job, it's very tough for them to be more active. So that's one aspect that I definitely take for granted.
What else do you do? Like, what have you got any habits that you think? I suppose it's hard for you to think about because you just do them, but is there anything in your day to day that you do, or your week to week, or your month to month that you do regularly that you feel kind of keeps you?
Every single night I'll write a to do list on my Trello.
Nice.
Every night.
You love Trello.
And do my Google Calendar every night, and it just like gets all my thoughts away, helps with sleep, and then it means that when I wake up the next day, I'm like, I know, I have a look, and I'm like, all right, I know what I have to do today. And a wee reminder as well.
Nice. One of our biggest, I suppose, values, things we talk about the most, is better than yesterday. So what are you working on kind of right now to be better than yesterday?
I've actually spoke about this recently on my stories about like my eating habits, and I've actually stopped. Like I'm still the same goal of leaning down, and which I'm still doing, and I'm on track for that, and learning how to manage my weight without using MyFitnessPal. Now we obviously use this with our clients, and I think everyone needs to go through periods in their life where they use it, but every time I don't use it, I just go off the rails. So I'm like, that shouldn't be the case. So I should so I'm like learning to come away from it. So, and it's worked and it's been fine. So that every day that's got better.
Yeah, I like that. If you're looking at your, again, these are just some questions off the top of my mind. If you're looking at your dream client, who kind of person do you love to work with?
So there's definitely two different types of people that I love to work with. I really like working with complete beginners that probably have like a fat loss goal, that haven't ever been in the gym before, they don't really know how to move or where to start. I think they're really good because there's like a wee project you like to teach them all the good things that you maybe never got to learn it from the start, and you can kind of
keep them down.
And then, so that's definitely one client that I really love to train or work with, sorry. And then another client that I love to work with is just someone that really wants a result and they want to work hard for that result.
Yeah.
Whether it be like to build muscle and build strength, or if it's like they've got like a fat loss goal and they're really determined to work for it.
Yeah.
They maybe already have some training experience, but they just need structure and someone to keep them accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. What would you say is the most rewarding aspect of your job? We've maybe kind of covered that already, but what's the most rewarding thing for you?
I think because this resonates with me a lot, but like when you've helped someone's mental health / confidence, I think that's really cool, because a lot of the time that's not something people come to us for. Yeah, people don't go, I need you to help me with my mental health, or
no, I get that.
And it's just like it's I was about to say that, it's by product of it. So that's cool, and people, and not everyone talks about it. So if someone just opens up to you and go, by the way, like I've had a really good mental shift, or my mindset on X, Y, and Z has totally changed, and you've maybe not even addressed that at all with them, but they've just kind of brought it up and been like, yeah, that's helped. I think that's
it's such a like cycle of success, and when you start doing stuff that's indirectly related to mental health, like your mental health gets better. So if you take care of your training, you take care of your nutrition, like your mental health generally gets better anyway. Yeah, which is like something I struggle to like speak about mental health, because it's like one of those ones you need to really stay in your lane with, I think.
Yeah, it's hard.
But I think it's just one of the biggest things. Start training, start moving your body, start eating a little bit better, and on the most part, you'll see some improvements.
And it's like people are very, and again, talking about mental health, people, if they've got issues with their mental health, or if it's kind of sliding, like when mine slides, I'm like, am I doing X, Y, and Z? And you're good with me for that, because you'll remind me and being like, are you sleeping? Are you doing X, Y, and Z? And sometimes I'll maybe be doing 2 out of the 5 things that I'm like, they're my pillars.
So what would they be if you were to tell a client, like, before you consult a doctor, maybe not before you consult a doctor, but like what are the kind of pillars for you that keeps your mental health in check?
So sleep, that's a big thing for me. It's a rocky thing as well. Yeah, it's something I always need to work on. Training or movement of some sort. Food.
What regarding food though?
Food as in like making sure that I'm not using it to, what's it called? As a comfort. That's the thing for me, like not using food as a comfort, but eating like eating for fuel and feeling good and all that sort of thing. And no shite, no takeaways and all that. What's another pillar for me? Oh, friends. Friends are a big pillar for me. Sometimes if I'm having a bad time, I'll like isolate myself. Yeah. I noticed that last year I'd done that quite often, because I'm like, oh, people don't want to be hanging about me when I'm in a mood, or I don't want to talk about it. But people don't care. People want to be there, or they want to be there for you, or like don't like if you're not feeling good, like go hang about with your pals, like go do something, and it will make you feel better. That's a pillar for me as well. Like that. Surrounding yourself with good people.
Like that. Right, one last question to round up. If someone's just signed up with MTN, or they just signed up with you, what kind of advice would you give them from the get-go? What is the kind of things that you'd want them to focus on from a mindset standpoint, or just generally, what would you say to someone that's just started working with us, or any online coach?
I would say that when you're thinking about your goals, is it what you really want, and is it realistic for you to achieve in whatever time frame you have set out? Yeah. And if it's not, let's set proper realistic ones goals, and realistic ones, and work backwards from there.
Is that something you'll do with a lot of clients? If they do come to you and they say, I want to lose 60 pounds in 60 days, you're like,
yeah. And just showing someone the bigger picture as well, and being like, okay, let's get you here, but also let's achieve all these other great things.
I think that's a massive one.
And just showing people that it's not just about winning the other thing. Like sometimes people are fixated on the scale, and I'm like, that's good, like this is moving forward, but look at all these other great things that you're doing. You're waking up earlier in the morning, you've got PBs, you've got better relationship with food, and just opening their
so like focusing on all of the aspects that are not just the main one goal. Like that. Yeah. Nice.